Hello everyone, my name is Samuel Haran and today I will be explaining queer theory using the movie An American in Paris. Throughout this video, I will first explain what queer theory is, I will explain Jerry's relationship with Milo, and then Jerry's relationship with Lise. Now, what is queer theory? Queer theory is essentially a study that originated in 1990s, and this study went on to explore the opposites in many people's cultures, and how those people who were the opposite of many people's cultures were treated. For example, the ideal relationship in many cultures nowadays would be between a man and a woman, and the actions in that relationship would also be a part of the norm and their values. For example, a man is known to protect and finance and provide for his family, and a woman is supposed to stay at home and take care of the kids and make sure that the house is mentally good and mentally okay. Now, what would be the opposite of that? The opposite of that would be between a man and a man or a woman and a woman. And that would be the opposite of the ideal relationship. This would also go into norms as well, where women are meant to do maybe things such as heavy lifting, or a man isn't meant to be submissive or feminine. And that would explore that nature. That would only be for relationships. Now, this would also go for people individually as well, where they aren't meant to think they are something else aside from what they are given at birth. And this goes into many cultures as well, such as the native people. The native people originally had a different gender aside from male and female, known as two-spirit, meaning they were of two genders. And what the white colonizers had done was kill off these people who went against the white colonizers' ideals because they deemed them as deviant from the culture that they were a part of. Now that I have explained what queer theory is, I will explain Jerry's relationship with Milo. Now, in the movie An American in Paris, we are introduced to Milo, and she is posed as a rich woman, and she tries to buy Jerry's paintings. Now, Milo didn't have any money at the time, so she invited Jerry over to his house. And then while over at his house, Milo invites Jerry to a party that she's having at her mansion, where he's gonna meet so many different opportunities. She's gonna meet some people there that are gonna give him different opportunities on how to raise his reputation in Paris to improve his status as an artist. Now, when he arrives at the mansion, is only Milo there. She's wearing a very showy dress, and she's trying to give him wine so that they can have a party together. And while at the party, there's only two of them there. So Jerry assumes that, hey, where are the other people here? And she said, oh, it's only a party of us two. Milo had lied to Jerry. So what Jerry had done was he initially thought that Milo tried to escort him. She tried to seduce him, and what his intentions were not of that Milo had promised. So he tried to leave. He was angry. And this is the first time that Milo has done this to different men. At the bar, we're also introduced to her group of friends who have seen her do this time and time again with a painter, a sculptor, exactly like Jerry. And what had happened was Jerry had fawned over Lise and started dancing with her at the bar in front of all of her friends. And even then, her friends were like, oh, I don't think he's going to stay with you either. And so that's why she leaves the bar early. She cries in her car and breaks down because she is over here like, no one will ever love me because I'm not able to be loved within Paris. Now, the reason why I brought Lise into this discussion is initially because Lise is the ideal woman for many men in Paris. She is young, she is impressionable, and that is why she was picked by Henry. Henry had found Lise because I'm pretty sure she was saved by him during the war. He came back from the war and he had gotten her, and they were planning to get married in a few days. Now, unfortunately, Lise did not tell Jerry of this until they've gotten too deep in a relationship. Now, Jerry did chase after Lisa. He called her. He went to her job and they invited her out on a very nice night. However, the problem with that is that she was already taken, and Jerry was not as mad about her being taken when she introduced to him that she was taken by someone else. Now, the reason why I brought Lisa into this discussion is because Lisa is actually the ideal woman that many men want in this culture, as opposed to Milo. Milo is rich, she has status. Many men do not want that. They want someone they can build a family, they can build a relationship with, not someone who already has their whole life established, which is why people pushed Milo aside because she already had everything and they didn't want that. They wanted to build their life up with someone else, which is why Milo was the queer one in this film. Women being rich and very high up at the time without a man was not very looked up upon, which is why in the beginning of the movie, and I bring this up because it was a really good example, why that woman who was critiquing Jerry's artwork was pushed to the side. Because smart women, rich women are not looked towards. They are pushed to the side for someone else who is more impressionable, more young, more of the ideal. And that is why I use Lisa in this discussion. Now that I have explained what queer theory is, Jerry's relationship with Milo, and Jerry's relationship with Lisa, I hope you all have a better understanding of what queer theory is and why it is pursued. Thank you everybody for listening and have a good day.